Today, we talk about your favorite stuff, the running backs. Everyone on here on YouTube seems to want me to talk about the running back position. So here today, for your draft, for all drafts, what is the strategy this year? Hero RB, Zero RB, and guess what? Robust RB as well. Now, what are we going to classify these as? Hero RB is going with an anchor running back, somebody that you think can anchor down the fort, hold the fort down, and give you a lot of points. Usually you take that running back right in the first round, early round guy, and then usually you kind of punt running back to the middle to late rounds to start getting the depth at the position. Then you have Zero RB. We're going to classify Zero RB as no running back in the first 5 rounds, if you can believe it. It's a crazy strategy. Maybe we'll shift to the first 4 rounds because honestly, if you go 0 for 5, you might be cooked. So we'll talk about all of this and more. And robust RB, I'm going to define as going 3 RBs out of the first 4 or 5 rounds. We're going to break down which of these strategies works best for your draft in 2025. Smash, like, subscribe, it really helps us out as a small channel. Appreciate it as always. Let's start talking about these strategies. The first strategy we got to talk about is Zero RB. Zero RB. No running backs were taken the first 4 or 5 rounds of your draft. Can you get away with it? Are you a madman? Now, the basis of this video, listen closely. I believe you needed 3 running backs that can score you points on your roster at all times. That's assuming you're in a league where you have 2 running backs you need to start every single week. And the third one, honestly, I like having on my bench. Sometimes you can put him in the flex because I do want him to be somebody projected at least 10 plus points as your RB3 in case your running back gets injured. Running backs are a fragile position, lots of volume, or if you're one of your major 2 running backs has a bye week. So I really like having 3 running backs that can provide value for your team in the case of an emergency. Now, with that said, if you are going 0 running back, let's talk about the ADP. We're currently on the site. We have this is the big boys, the experts on the site, their ranking of running backs. Looking at the ESPN ADP, which obviously isn't going to be as good. Really, there's a big cliff that happens. Around an ADP of 70 on ESPN, you have Tony Pollard, you have Isaiah Pacheco, and then the last name I wanted to mention is Tyrone Tracy. Tyrone Tracy is an ADP of 80 on ESPN, and after Tyrone Tracy, you get names like Brian Robinson, Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, Travis Etienne, Jordan Mason, Zach Charbonnet. Now, what did I say at the start of this? I said your third running back, I want them to have a projection of 10 plus points. Now, if Kenneth Walker was to be hurt, sure, Zach Charbonnet, instant smash. So Charbonnet should be rostered. Same thing with Scatterbo. Tracy goes down, Scatterbo, instant roster, right? Problem is, I said projected 10 points. I'm talking about somebody that's like, he's safe. Somebody that you can put in your lineup, you know you're getting 10 points. Not somebody with upside and risk. Those are for later round picks. So really the last time you can select that pick is going to be an ADP of 80 with Tyrone Tracy. Tyrone Tracy is a good example of a third running back you can roster that you're not going to have to invest too heavily in. You know, you're putting in, what is that, like a round 8 draft pick here for someone that's projected 12 points in the first week of the season. Even he has upside because if Scatterbo stays hurt, and Tracy actually looked pretty good in this rookie season, right? So this is what I'm talking about. Get the third running back by ADP of 80. Now, if you need that third running back by an ADP of 80, you need at least 2 more guys that are starting. So if you're going 0 RB the first 4 or 5 rounds, let's say 5 rounds. If you go no running backs in the first 5 rounds, that puts you at 60 guys off of the board. Considering you need 3 running backs by an ADP of 80, that strategy is not going to work well for you at all. Now, if you go 0 running backs through the first 48 selections, maybe, just maybe, you can catch up. Let me give you an example of this. You know, looking at the guys that would be available maybe around the 50s. ADP of 51, 52. Breece Hall at 51. DeAndre Swift, 52. If you can get DeAndre Swift as your RB1, it's serviceable. He's going to get projectable volume. Now, if you get DeAndre Swift at 51, who are the next 2 running backs you're taking on the way back around? Taking a look at it, again, then you're getting somebody like Tony Pollard and RJ Harvey. So that is a strategy that is serviceable. Because if the first 4 rounds, let's assume you're going 1 elite position. You're going to go 1 elite quarterback, 1 elite tight end. You're going to choose between either of them, and you're probably going 3 wide receivers. So you're going to get 3 elite wide receivers. You're going to have an advantage at that position. You're probably going to grab 1 elite quarterback or 1 elite tight end to have a positional advantage there. And then at running back, you can have a combination of 3 guys that are all projectable volume. DeAndre Swift, Tony Pollard, RJ Harvey. It's a pretty good running back room, to be honest. Now, compared to somebody that's going to have Devon Achane, Jahmyr Gibbs, Saquon, sure, it's a major disadvantage, but at least you're going to be having a safe floor of around 10, 11 points at the worst case in your lineup every single week. So if you go 0 RB the first 4 rounds, I do think it is recoverable. First 5, absolutely not. Now, hero running back. Hero RB, let's say you go Bijan, Jahmyr Gibbs, Saquon, round 1. If you go hero RB with these guys, I like taking running backs early. Like, I think that there is a value case where, all right, these guys, they should be getting drafted where they are. Put that as it is. Take that as it is. I don't know if I love, like, it depends what do you mean by punting, right? What do you mean by punting? Because if we're punting, you better make sure you get 2 more running backs by 80. I don't care how good they are. You're going to want to have that third depth option. So you're still going to be going, if you go running back round 1, I honestly think there's a fall off because my favorite strategy is what actually is robust running back. It's almost like robust RB meets 0 RB. How's that even possible? I like going 3 running backs through the first 80 of ADP, and then I kind of just punt it. I punt it. I'm like, all right, listen, I got 3 RBs that are solid, and I invested pretty heavily. 3 picks in the first 7 or 8 rounds. Pretty heavily invested. So then I don't take any of these bums. Any of these bums right here, no. Nope. And then I'll grab maybe 1 or 2 more bums towards the end of the draft. So if, for instance, you were going to go with an anchor at the top, you take Bijan. If I was to grab Bijan Robinson in round 1, on the way back around at round 2, I know I don't really love the wide receivers available. So yeah, I would go ahead and take Josh Jacobs. So I'm going Bijan and Jacobs to start. It's like, man, that running back room is crazy. It's robust RB because you're going running back heavy. But it's not robust RB because then round 3, round 4, round 5, I'm going 3 non-running backs. Now, depending on the running back available, like that's what I'm saying. I don't want my third running back to be too good. Because if you have a double flex format, you're going to want to start wide receivers. If you're in a single flex and it's PPR, I probably would still go wide receiver. But if it's like half PPR or less, you could actually have a flex running back and you could go 3 RBs in the first couple rounds. But the best strategy is going RB wide receiver, RB. Getting those RBs early, and then you can wait to an ADP of 80. Grab one of these bums. Grab Tyrone Tracy. Pre-trade, pre-cut, whatever it is with B-Rob, he was looking pretty solid as one of those last-ditch options. Tony Pollard, Montgomery. That's the best running back strategy you can have this year, is getting 3 running backs through the first 80 of ADP, and pretty much just trying to strategically get whoever falls to you at your draft pick to make sure you have the best combination of those 3 players that can score for you at any given moment. Smash like and subscribe and let me know what you think down below. What is your running back strategy for this year?